Hey there, it's the Machine of Nonsense, and we have a very special draft episode. It's the 2026 video game draft episode. I'm your host, Eric, joined as always by Kayla. Okay, Kayla's refusing to talk. That's okay, we'll go to the next one. Mike is also on the pod. Mike? Okay, fine. Ryan's here. Yeah. Tomas? D? Why is everyone frozen? Okay, does that bit work at all? If you're not watching the video, you're probably very confused. If you're watching the video, you're probably very confused. So we recorded this episode, our 2026 video game draft, like a month ago. And just found out that the audio got completely wrecked. The recording was bad. So I'm gonna recap it for you guys alone. But if you're watching the video, the rest of the cast is here in spirit. I'm your host Eric, and I'm going to be talking about the draft of 2026 video games by the Machine of Nonsense. To start it off, I should give everyone's team names. Handful of decent team names this year. Starting off with Mike, his team name was Bennett Foddy and the Infinite Saros. Good reference there. D didn't get to pick his name. We picked it for him, and his team name is Anime Bullshit. So it makes sense. Tomas, Chrono Break or Bust. Perfect Tomas name there. And Ryan went with God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals. He won this draft last year, and he's being real humble about it. So God Walking Amongst Mere Mortals. My team is called Bowser's Burner. And Tomas and Kayla's team is Glyph Theft Auto. I don't know what that's a reference to. Kayla Glitch Theft Auto. That is hard to say. All right. I'm going to play a video recording of the draft results as they come, and I've forgotten most of these. So we'll be, you'll be finding them out for the first time, and I'll be remembering them for the first time. In round one, Mike went with the number one overall pick was Resident Evil Requiem. So Mike got first pick, D got second pick, Ryan got third pick, Tomas got fourth pick, I got fifth pick, and Kayla was on the turn. She got sixth pick, and we did a snake draft. So Resident Evil Requiem was the number one overall pick, and then followed shortly thereafter by Trails in the Sky second chapter by D. An inspired pick. So let's start that video. All right. So yeah, Resident Evil Requiem and Trails in the Sky second chapter. One of those games is a hotly anticipated entry into the Resident Evil franchise. You'll have to guess which was which there, because I'll never tell. Trails in the Sky second chapter. I don't know what that is. Next up, we had Ryan picking Crimson Desert, hugely anticipated game by Pearl Abyss, a Korean studio, something like that. That game looks too good to be true. It's coming out here in March, very soon. So we will see. Big open RPG game picked by Ryan. Tomas went with Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. So this is the new entry into the Fire Emblem series, a series I've never played, but people tend to like. I went with Saros, taking the new PlayStation exclusive there from the makers of Returnal. And then Kayla was next up. Let's see what her pick was. I did some poor scrolling apparently on the video. That's concerning there. What's your pick, Kayla? Show me. I can't talk about Saros that long. Oh, it was Grand Theft Auto 6. That makes sense. Team and Glitch Theft Auto. I'm gonna have trouble with that all day. Kayla picked Grand Theft Auto 6. Good pick. Probably guaranteed points as long as it comes out this year. We shall see. In the second round, snaking around, she picked Marvel's Wolverine. Looks very exciting from the team at Insomniac that brought us the Spider-Man games. Now they're doing a Wolverine game. I picked 007 First Light in the second round. That's a new 007 game, if you believe it. And that's by the studio that does the Hitman games, which is... I've never played, but I've heard they're good. Super Meat Boy 3D was Tomas's second round pick. Another entry into the Super Meat Boy franchise, this time 3D, folks. Forza Horizon 6 was Ryan's next pick. Those Forza Horizon games always score very well. I don't think a single person on the pod has ever played one. Ananta was D's next pick. Another game I've never fucking heard of. Ananta. D inspired picks, man. Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls was Mike's pick in the second round. This is a fighting game from the Guilty Gear people, I think. They make really cool looking fighting games, but now it's Marvel. In the third round, Mike picked Control Resonant, the sequel to Control. Really excited about that one. Third round for D was Avatar Legends, the fighting game. So I think this is Avatar The Last Airbender and not the blue people. So Avatar Legends, the fighting game. Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow was Ryan's next pick. This is the expansion of the Hollow Knight Silksong game for Ryan. Silksong, quite good. Quite good. Mario Tennis Fever was Tomas's next pick in the third round. It's Mario, it's tennis, and someone has a fever, probably. My pick was Fable. Fable, the renewed franchise by Xbox. I've played like Fable 3, and that game was kind of fun. Kayla finished out the third round with Mouse, PI for Hire, a game I think she drafted last year as well, and it didn't come out. Looks like a lot of fun, very Cuphead-inspired, but first-person shooter. Mouse, PI for Hire. Kayla's next pick was Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight in round 4. Those Lego games are so fun, and this one is just balls to the wall Batman. All the Batman, all the time. Tomas's next pick was Persona 4 Revival in the fourth round. And the video doesn't show my fourth pick. That's weird. There it is. Reanimal. I picked Reanimal in the fourth round. And then Ryan went with The Blood of Dawnwalker. Vampire game, I believe. Vampire, like, open world RPG looking game. It looks kind of interesting. I don't know. Good pick by Ryan. Getting a solid board there. Pragmata was D's pick. Capcom's new puzzly shooter in space with a little girl. You into those things, guys? That's what he picked. Pragmata. And then Mike went for the final pick in round 4 with Onimusha, Way of the Sword. This is a new entry into the Onimusha series. Looks great. Looks like a lot of Onimusha samurai stuff going on. You're sucking up souls and cutting up demons. The Duskbloods was Mike's pick in round 5, the final round, by the way. We did 5 rounds on this first draft. I should have mentioned that earlier, but I'm mentioning it now. The Duskbloods is the new From Software game that is Switch exclusive, or Switch 2 exclusive, I think. Scott Pilgrim EX, very much inspired by anime, was D's next pick. Mina the Hollower was Ryan's pick. I think that was a game that Mike drafted last year, but didn't come out. Ryan got it in round 5 this year. Mina the Hollower. I think that's you're a little mouse person. Mega Man Star Force something something. Legacy Collection. Interesting game for Tomas. I drafted Replaced. And last but certainly not least, Kayla in round 5 picked Diablo 4 Lord of Hatred expansion. Diablo 4, a game that me and Kayla love playing together. You'll never believe it. So let's go ahead and recap the picks here for you guys. Mike's 5 games were Resident Evil Requiem, Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls, Control Resonant, Onimusha Way of the Sword, and the Duskbloods. D's picks were Trails in the Sky 2nd Chapter, Ananta, Avatar Legends The Fighting Game, Pragmata, and Scott Pilgrim EX. Scott Pilgrim EX. X, like his, his Ramona's exes. I think that's what they're doing there in that game. Funny people. Okay, the video should probably move forward and allow me to show what the other people picked. If it doesn't, then I'm gonna have to... Oh, there it goes. Look at that video. Crimson Desert was Ryan's first pick. Forza Horizon 6 was Ryan's second pick. Say that a bunch of times fast. Hollow Knight Silksong Sea of Sorrow expansion was a 3rd round pick. The Blood of Dawnwalker and Mina the Hollower kind of rounded out Ryan's draft there. Tomas picked Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, Super Meat Boy 3D, Mario Tennis Fever, Persona 4 Revival, and Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection. That is too many words for a video game, in my opinion. And last but certainly not least, is me and Kayla. So the last and also least, I don't know, whatever. I picked Saros, 007 First Light, Fable, Reanimal, and Replaced. I like those one-word titles, and also 007 First Light. And Kayla picked Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Mouse PI for Hire, Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight, and finally Diablo 6 Lord of Hatred. Pretty solid all around lists, I think. D went with his heart, so good for him on that one. We drafted 5. We will draft another 5 at the middle of the year, around June 15th, when we kind of know what we're looking at in terms of the rest of the year. Once we have the Game Award, or not the Game Awards, Summer Game Fest, right? Keeley's Summer Game Fest will probably announce a ton of new titles, things like that. We will draft again. We'll finish out our draft. So it's anyone's game, even if the initial rounds don't go that well with the first 5 that we've picked. Already at this time, as I'm re-recording this, it's March 17th. So games that have already released at this point are Mario Tennis Fever, Reanimal, Resident Evil Requiem, Scott Pilgrim EX, Replaced, Crimson Desert will be coming out soon, and so will Mouse PI for Hire. Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, couple days, about 10 days from now, and then into April we've got Pragmata and Diablo 4. So we'll have some points on the board here soon, and then we'll see how our drafts go in through the middle of the year. Keep following. like, subscribe, do all of the things. Check this out if you're listening on, I always say that this at the end, but if you're listening on your favorite podcast app, check out the video of this. It's a little unhinged. I think it's worth a watch. We're on YouTube. We're at The Machine of Nonsense all over every type of social media. And if you want to drop us a line, you can do that at machineofnonsense@gmail.com. We are celebrating 5 years as a podcast, guys. So we've got a lot of fun 5-year centric stuff coming up here soon on the pod. So thanks for checking us out, Machine of Nonsense. I was your host, Eric. I was joined by the ghosts of D, Mike, Kayla, Tomas, and Ryan, and we are getting out of here, and we're saying goodbye.